You're welcome to this video one more time. Here I'll be explaining to us how to use this innovative soap cutter. Here is the cutter. It has lights and it's also adjustable. So what do? You carry your soap from your mold, slide the cutter backward, put your soap and then push it with very minimal effort. And your soap will cut. Because of the slide, you don't need to exert so much energy before you cut your soap. So that is, I've cut one long bar. I'm going to cut another one. This cutter is very adjustable. I'm going to show us how to do that. I'm yet going to do another video that will I just want you to get how to use this cutter. It's easy to use and it's very innovative. So I've cut another long bar, cutting them into big size. I will split them into smaller bars. If this is the first time you're seeing me, please do well to subscribe to my channel as I post valuable trainings here. Okay, these are the soaps. I've cut them into bars. I have about 6 bars here in the mold. This cutter actually comes with that mold. See, I'm measuring it. So one of the bars, the width is like 3 inch. So I want to split them into 2. I want smaller bars. If you want them big like this, then you go ahead and cut them that way. But I want them in smaller bars. So I'm going to split it into 2. So I'm measuring it. This is 1.5. You know, the width there was 3 inch. So this is 1.5 inch. So I'll just adjust that my adjuster, and there is a bolt. You use your plier to tight the bolt so that it will stay tight while you cut your soap. So this is me measuring. I've measured. So there's a bolt. This is the bolt there. So you can tighten the bolt with your plier so that it will stay steady. Then you can bring your bars and cut them. So this is it. I'm cutting. If I wanted it to be in this big form, then I wouldn't need to split the bars into 2 anymore. I'll just cut them into smaller cubes or smaller bars. But because I want it in a smaller cube, let me use that word, then I'm splitting into 2 here. So this is 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch. You can do these 2 ways. You can measure your 1.5 inch right from start and then just cut it straight, or you do it this way that I've done it. It's just adjustable. Just do whatever suits you. Fix any size you want to cut and then you just cut. That is the bolt there. You just, after you've measured out the size you want to cut, you just tighten the bolt and that adjuster will stay very stable for you to cut your soap. This is another one. Cutting another size. I'm trying to split my bigger bars into 2. Like I said one more time, if you wanted the bars to be your cube, let me use that word cube, to be bigger, then you don't need to split it into 2. You just cut it that way. Cut it that way. But because I want it small, I'm splitting it into 2. Just want to be sure that I'm not making mistake. Because I'm explaining, I didn't tighten the bolt, so it's shaking. I only told my son to hold for me. But if I was to cut, I'm not explaining, I will just tighten the bolt and it will stay there steady. Or just tighten that bolt that you're looking at there and it will remain there steady until I'm done. Then I can loosen it and I change to another size that I want to change to. Did you see what happened? I've adjusted the size. I'm cutting one big bar and one small bar. Did you see? So I've slitted them into smaller long bars. So I'm going to cut them into smaller bars now, or cubes. Okay, see? So I've adjusted the size to the size I want to cut. And now this is the bolt. You just knot it, tighten it, so that adjuster will just stay stable. So you can cut whatever size you want. It will not be shaking. But because I'm explaining here, I don't want to keep tightening it. So I just hold it. My son holds it for me while I cut my soap. So I'm measuring again to find out So what you do with this is, when you get a soap, or if you know the size of your soap, you can either give us your size, we'll adjust it for you and the cut, or you can, or if you know you want to be cutting different sizes, you can always adjust. Just measure the size of soap you want and you just adjust. Okay, leave me cutting my soap into smaller bars. You see, it's very simple. So with the slides, you don't need to use so much energy. We can deliver this cutter to you anywhere you are. In fact, I've sent several of them to Ghana. So you can just send a WhatsApp message to the number above to order. It's very, very affordable. It comes with molds. It comes with 2 molds. If you also want 1 mold, we can give you. If you want it without the mold, you can also get it. It also comes with stand. But if you want it without the stand, you want to use your table, it's all up to you. So it's a very, very flexible thing. You can see I've adjusted. I've cut a smaller size. Did you see? I've adjusted my cutter. I've cut a smaller size. So you just adjust. That is the adjuster there with the bolt. So you just adjust, tighten the bolt, then cut whatever size you want to cut. You see, it's very easy. You don't need to push. I have a particular cutter here that I use. If I need to cut, I'll push very, very hard. Okay, so these are the soap that I've cut with the cutter. And this is my cutter. This is the stand. If you want it with the stand, you can get it with the. You can either get it with the stand, or you can decide to get it without the stand. So it's up to you. These are the soaps I've cut. In fact, these soaps were actually rebadged soap. They are beautiful. I added so many soaps that I've done in the past, different colors, and I rebadged them. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at soap that would have wasted. So from one of the molds, I got 70 pieces of this soap. The soap is weighing averagely 180 grams, 180 to 200 grams. I got 70 pieces. So send a WhatsApp message